G'day brew tubers, welcome to Abernethy Brothers Brewing. It has been a while. Haven't had a lot of enthusiasm for sitting down in front of the computer after working all day in front of the computer, but we've been doing lots of brewing. I do have a few brew tubes waiting to be edited. Today is a G70 maiden brew. Santa said I was very good last year, got a new brew system for Christmas. Double batch IPA. Hope you enjoy. Righto, here it is. The maiden voyage of the G70. Fair to say, I am a bit excited. Alright, and that is a 14 kilo? I think it's close to a 14 kilo grain bill. I'll put the description up above. Right, with any maiden voyage of a new system, we have to check everything.
Everything. It's white.
Everything. So we did do the initial check for the HLT. There's a 4 litre dead space in the HLT. Measured that. We put 40, what did I say? 44? 42. 4, I'll put it up there, 44. It's not really straight, is it?
No.
44 litres in the mash. It went in at a temperature of 23 degrees. That was the tank water. The strike temp is 71 for a mash at 65. It took 1 hour to...
1 hour.
1 hour.
And the
pretty good, actually.
And the smaller system took
1 hour.
1 hour. There you go.
Hour.
There you go.
Lot bigger
Heating element.
heating element. We didn't do an unboxing. Everyone's done an unboxing. You've seen an unboxing. If you're not an unboxing in G70, do an unboxing. We just got it out of the box.
And we're brewing on it.
Right. So the other thing we wanted to do was check. I had my adjustments for pH down pat in the G30.
Yep.
So we're going to assess the adjustments for G70. Two main things. One is pH within the G70 itself, and also the pH in the HLT.
Yes.
We make a adjustment to the HLT water to drop the pH. We want the pH of the HLT to match the G70.
Yes.
So we just need to review that with the pH Black or Twin.
Yeah, good bit of kit that.
Good bit of kit.
Yeah, I got that for my birthday.
50th birthday.
Yes.
And
And it's a very good piece of kit. Less sample, more beer for you.
There you go. Okay, we're 11 minutes into the mash. We're at 65. Mashing, mash 1. Couple of observations so far. The sight glass, right where the joiner is here, and this particular, I don't know, support for the cover here, that's at 45 litres, and my mash volume was 44, so I couldn't readily see where it was, which was kind of a bit annoying, to be honest. But look, it is what it is. I would have liked if there had been the etched marks on the inside of the Grainfather to give you that secondary measure. I can get around the fact there wasn't etching on the inside of the Grainfather because I used the Kegland filometer, so I just plug in the volume I want in the mash and it just feeds it straight into the Grainfather. So But yeah, the etching on the inside would have been handy. Otherwise, it is ticking along just nicely.
Yep.
Hello.
And look, you've got a lens.
Now we're at 73.5, getting ready for the 75-degree mash outs. We have the hop regime ready in place. 60, 30, 15, 5, and hop stand, a knocking out West Coast. Okay, so up with the mold pipe using the new pulley system. Not quite sure what I'm saying here. I forgot to plug in the microphone. So yes, we've got a rope, a pulley system. We lifted it up. It's drained. It's pretty good, and it's on wheels. Look at this. Huh? So what I've done here is I purchased a Sparge manifold, and I've just hooked it up to a cam lock fitting, and the male cam lock fitting is on the HLT. So I wanted to do this rather than stand with 1 litre jugs and doing the sparging. So there you go, look at that, beautiful. So the trick here is to make sure the amount of water that's in the HLT, taking into account the dead space which sits below the tap, is exactly what you want for your sparge. There you go. You tip it, tip it, tip it. Oh, yeah, cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea, cup of tea. Turn. Yes, there you go. So you turn on the tap, and whatever's in the pump, in the HLT, comes out. So the sparge water is at 75, and as you can see, the flow from the sparge here out of the Grainfather 40 litre sparge heater is actually flowing fast enough relative to the flow out of the malt pipe. So generally speaking, and I like this idea of being able to rest your arm against the side, because then you can, just kind of do this. But I certainly got the hop brake going. When you're not pushing the envelope like we did on the G30 for a 25 litre batch, it can be a bit more forgiving. This is just a bit of sunny. Nice to knock it back. Righto. The first edition. There you go. Because you don't have the filter on the side like the 30, you don't need to worry too much about stirring and knocking it off. I never did knock it off, mind you, but because you've got the flat plate at the bottom of the 70, which operates as the filter, you can kind of just go nuts, really. Righto, here we are. We've got to the hop stand. 30 minutes to go on the hop stand. We did have a couple of issues with the pump cavitating. I put the recirculation pipe back into the top manifold here and released some pressure out of the bottom tap to try and unblock the air that was in the pipe, in the pump, sorry. It did take us a little bit of time dicking around, I have to say. So we need to definitely refine that, don't we?
Definitely investigate that, because on the recirculation, the pump was working pretty quickly. It was working really well.
Yes.
But with the boil, being such a vigorous boil, it's obviously started to pick the wort with the boiling hot bubbles out, thus causing air
Yes, thus.
in the pump.
Yes, so just recirculating back into the Grainfather. We're down to 89. I did dump the hop stand hops already, I have to say. I was kind of just thought, oh, bugger it while we were dicking around. On the... What are we down to here? This is the Blickman through-o-meter. We're down to about 22, something like that.
Yep.
And we'll do a, what was the gravity, Chunks? 1068.
1068, which I think is the biggest number we've had post.
Well, it's actually
pre-boil.
a 85% mash efficiency, so which is higher than what we wanted. So I'm going to add some water, top up water, to bring it down a little bit, because I don't quite want it that high. Yeah. So what do you reckon?
Yeah, going well.
Going well?
Yep.
Yep. I mean, hey, why wouldn't it? We're just debating, because our efficiency's been so good. I think we're going to top this one up a little higher and keep it at the current gravity, which would pull it out at like a 7.7. Yeah, which is up there. And then I think with fermenter 2, we will just a little bit less, throw in some boiled water and bring it down maybe to something like a 6.8, just to give a bit of variety. We are using different yeasts, subtly different dry hop regime. So, you know.
Two different beers.
Two different beers.
Essentially. Party goal.
Here it is. Check out the cone. It's sucked dry.
She flattened out.
Righto. So, what we did was we transferred 26 litres at the primary gravity into fermenter 1 at 1073 gravity. We then transferred 21 litres, so that's a total 47 litres was the, I should write that down, 47 litres was the total batch output for that brew. The recipe was for a 48 litre batch, so I'm pretty happy with that. 21 litres in the second fermenter. We added 2 litres of boiled water, so it's sitting at 1066. So we've got a 1073, a 1066. Batch 1 will have Verdant, batch 2 will have Bry 97, West Coast. So I'm pretty happy with that. The idea of getting 2 batches, they're 2 pretty decent big batches. We don't brew that.
No.
We don't normally brew that big, do we?
No. 4.8 to 5.2.
Each one of them will have, what do we got here? 180 and 90, 270. 270 grams. 270 grams per batch dry hop, which works out at, got all the stats in the world. Come on, give me a sec. It is 11, just over 11 grams per litre. And plenty of people will say, oh, that's outside the golden 8 or 9, whatever. Bugger it, we're going big. So 11.25 grams per litre. That's in the recipe. I'm going to have to make an adjustment based on how much volume we got in there, but you get the idea. Righto, so now we're at cleanup time. We're not going to pitch the yeast until tomorrow morning because it's still a little warm. They're 24 degrees according to the tilts. I want to pitch at like 18 and a half, something like that, because the plan then is to ramp it up right at the end of fermentation, like basically a diacetyl rest. I've basically decided we're going to do that for all our beers. Do a diacetyl rest type at the end just to sharpen it up. So that's brew day. We're going to go into cleaning mode, clean this bad boy. How did it go? What do you reckon?
Good, mate.
I reckon it went pretty good. Okay, so here it is. That light's not really doing it justice. It looks a lot darker on the screen. It's a cloudy. This is the version with the Verdant. I prefer it of the two, to be honest. A lot of apricot is what I'm getting. So, beautiful, beautiful head. I'm not going to be able to get a better light. It's terrible around here. You can certainly tell it's a big beer. This finished higher or earlier, whichever way you want to think about it, than anticipated. So it finished at about 10, 18, whatever it says here. So it's below 7%, high sixes and whatever that says. Very nice beer. I'm not quite sure what I would change next time. I may re-look at the yeast. Verdun's a beast of a yeast. It certainly smashes out really quickly. It doesn't drop clear though, so these are the kind of beers you get. This is dry hopped to the billy-o too, so you're not going to expect to have a clear beer. Big beer. Very much tropical fruit, apricot, hop presence. The malt is slightly warming in terms of alcohol content. It's more of a, how would you call it, like a bread crust. It's probably what I'm thinking for the malt. Not a strong malt presence. All in all, pretty good. So pretty happy with the double batch. We'll continue to do double batches, especially with the G70. I'm looking forward to doing a triple batch where I've got 2 on the 70 and 1 on the 30. Looking forward to that, and I hope you stick around for it. Like, subscribe, all that. Cheers. Catch you later.